Buenos dias, amigos. I'm not going to use the factory that just has the positive and the negative. What I did is that I'm using the regulator as a ground, but I noticed that the stock harness also fits on my fuel pump. And the blue is the positive, and this thick black one that runs with the little black one, you see right here? There's two of them in the negative. So the blue one is the positive, it shows it right there, and it shows it over here. It also shows it on the pump. When you plug it in, right there is positive, right there is negative. So basically, I connected all that shit. I'm only using the regulator as a little ground there, so the cables are not there, but the regulator is not connected. See the bottom, how it's supposed to connect right there? Now, in order to get fuel in here, so it's not just from the top, or that little breather right there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill little tiny holes on the bottom and everything, so it could always have fuel inside this reservoir. Because in reality, you could run it without the reservoir and just sit it in the tank. But why I have it in there is because look, it's not moving. It's not moving. Look, it's like it keeps it in there with the filter that has the high flow filter with Ava Energy. So this is how you basically do it. Straight up there, you connect all that. Nobody gives you instruction in how to delete regulators. And then the sending unit is connected back to the upstream of the thing. You think it's a precision, but it's not a precision. So the regulator, no mas. All it can get, all it needs. Plus, it'll help out the high pressure pump. Now I should see more FRP, fuel rail pressure. But that's how you connect it. Either way, it's gonna get ground from here. I didn't have to do that little ground right there, but that's all right. I connected the regulator just so it could ground off of it. It's not gonna work, like I said, because it's not there. The tubing is not there, so it's gonna ground off the harness that goes in the top, and that's how you install it. So you can have your little sending unit also, and all that. They don't have to do it. This is like so old school. They could do it with the little shaft. That's what they do on the semi trucks. Pero there you have it. And that's, my friend, how you become faster, a little faster. You know, you got all the fuel, all the energy, all the airflow. Then you remap it. Tuning is all right. Like what I've been doing every time that somebody takes my shit, I delete their shit and I reprogram. It's not doing burple crackle tune with this setup. With this setup, you can even throw flames because now you're gonna have the fuel to back off. You don't need a flamethrower. All you really need is to make them EGTs hot and throw enough fuel and timing. Meaning that your timing is too advanced with where it has extra fuel sitting on top of the piston, so when it ignites, and you know how gas is more flammable than diesel, you can mix diesel with gas and cetane or lager thinner, even mothballs I heard. But this right here is going to help out that little Ford Focus that's always having pumps issue with the upgraded pump. That right there. You want to see one more time? Look, the plug goes right here, right there. And if it consumes too much for me, and then I'll go back to the factory one. Since I have it sitting on top, I made the hole. But there you have it. That's the sending unit, the floater, the new pump, and that's how you connect it directly to the top. This is where it's gonna feed to. It's gonna suck in there where the filter is, and it's gonna spit out over here to the engine or to the high pressure pump and like that. Time to test it.